BarbacoaCore, a podcast network.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the X Lives podcast. I am your host, Patrick C. Huerta. On this podcast, we talk about our present, our future, and more importantly, our past. The good, the bad, and the fuzzy. Stories from our X lives. Like, share, and subscribe on whichever platform you use to listen to the podcast. Follow the BarbacoaCore Podcast Network on Instagram and Facebook at BarbacoaCore. All the links to most of our podcast platforms can be found on the website www.barbacoacore.com. Any questions, comments, or to share your stories from your past on the X Lives podcast, send emails to xlivespod@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy these episodes. This is X Lives. What is up, everybody? Thank you for checking out a new episode of the X Lives podcast. Today, I have a comedian from Austin, Lacey Peah. How you doing?
Hey, man, what's up? I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. You're the first comic that I've had come all the way down from Austin to do this, I believe. I think that's true. So we'll just call it true.
That's truth. It's a fact now.
Yeah,
man.
Put
it out there.
And you were dedicated to be on this podcast. You took a bus. You took an Uber.
Yes.
And I'm just like, whoa.
I got a hotel room.
You got a hotel room. You know there's no money involved, right?
I know that.
Okay.
I know that.
I was telling my wife about that. She's like, she knows that she's not getting paid for this. I was like, I hope so. And then I started worrying. I was like, oh, shit, what if she does? They say on the show, I don't got no money. I got no sponsors.
God damn it.
And in case anybody's looking to sponsor a podcast, up until now, I don't have any sponsors. So thank you for coming in.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man.
Before we get started, plugs, social medias, where can people find you? Any shows you got coming up?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So I am Lacey Peah. It's Peah. It's a stage name, but Lacey Peah on Facebook. You can get me on Instagram at Lacey Peah _ oh my God, GAUD. And check that out. I got a couple things coming up. Let's see, on the 2nd, or actually February 8th, I'm going to participate in the roast for Simply Courtney. He's kind of like the it thing. He's kind of like a not so better looking Eddie Murphy of the 80s. But he's like our Eddie Murphy of our time. Anyways, super sweet guy. About a dozen people doing it, so I was honored to be asked. Let's see, on the 13th, February, Knuckleheads out in Marble Falls, the Hill Country. Mm-hmm. We'll do a set there. And on the 22nd of February, here in Austin, or there in Austin, Sex Lies and Petty Shit. And it's going to be a bigger showcase. They're going to sell tables for that. So it's a really good roster. I like the lineup, a lot of my favorites. So I'm looking forward to that one in particular. That's on the 22nd of February.
So do you have a website? Did you mention a website?
No website.
So it's all just social media and stuff?
Yeah, and I recently conformed to societal norms. And I started a Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they said I had to for comedy. But
for networking, yeah. You do for networking.
The booker who told me that has not booked me.
Oh, yeah.
Ever. So I started a Facebook for nothing.
Yeah.
But, I did run into a couple old friends like 20 plus years ago, and like 18 people I thought were fucking dead,
Yeah.
Like they're still alive?
I'm realizing today, like, I don't know what happened. I guess because I posted on the SA Comedy Facebook page about the mic that I'm doing tomorrow. The La Lucha mic at El Luchador in San Antonio.
Yeah,
starts at 10, sign up online. But my friend request has just been blowing up. Like, from all over too, man. Like from Atlanta and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm at the point, and for the longest time, like my Facebook hasn't been like as personal as it used to be when I first opened it up. When I had 100 friends, just old high school buddies or whatever.
Right.
Now it's just like I just throw jokes out there and then show announcements, stuff like that. I don't treat it as personal because like just
You really can't.
Yeah, you really can't, because like I don't know, it's just not personal anymore. It's not social. It's not a
No,
social
it's
media
not.
tool.
It's just a big fucking facade.
Yeah,
you know?
man.
It's I mean, what I don't like is how the guys can call you on that messenger phone. You know what I mean? I get calls
Oh,
from people
yes.
from India. I have a husband in India. I have one in Saudi Arabia. And people in Africa calling me all hours of the night.
Wait.
This
you
one
you,
man
you have
in
a
Iran,
husband in India?
I don't know. He thinks he's my husband.
Oh, what?
All
Okay,
he
what,
says.
is that your truth? Is he your husband? Are
No,
you
he's
married?
not my husband.
Oh, okay.
No way. My husbands are gay, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Right on. But anyway, I don't like that. One dude told me yesterday, next show I'll make out with you. And I was like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
I don't know half these people, but I am super stoked when I meet them in person.
Yeah.
Because they don't fucking exist until you're in front of me. And I thought, whoa, look at you.
And of course, they don't act like that when they're in person. They only have like that kind of courage through DMs or social media, right?
No. I mean, half the people that I meet, I'm like, oh, hi, my name is Lacey.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I know. And I'm like, well, I was just trying to get your name, asshole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, you don't know who I am? No, I don't. I don't know if that's wrong, but I'm pretty new. I'm new still, so.
And it has to be so busy. Like you see the different people all the time.
Oh, I mean, not really. I see the same 20 comics, do the
Really?
same 20 jokes, 5 nights a week. I mean, so I got to hit different clubs, man. You got to change that shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's not that busy here. I mean, there's a good group of the same faces in San Antonio, like every now and then, like LOL just came back. Took a break for a while because the funniest competition in Texas or something.
Right.
Funniest comic in Texas competition that was hosted at LOL. And then they had shows on Tuesdays and stuff. So they
That's so
just
cool.
brought back, after like a month and a half of being away, brought back the open mic at LOL. And a lot of new faces.
Yeah.
A lot of people that don't show up, don't go to the other mics and stuff, came back to LOL.
Oh, that's dope.
So yeah, but everybody kind of seems like, I remember faces, I don't remember names. I'm real bad at that, so I got to get better at that.
I am also bad at that. I call people the wrong name all the time.
Yeah.
And I take that back. I mean, when I started, it was a lot of the same people. Here recently, I've met probably half a dozen new faces that are just really refreshing and super, super talented.
Yeah.
Just incredibly witty, sharp. It's very biting. Not everyone gets it, but hey, let them catch up, right?
And you would consider, when did you start comedy?
I started, this summer in July.
Just
July
this summer.
2nd.
So you're pretty new at it.
Super new.
But you would consider yourself an Austin comic, like you're not a transplant.
Yeah, that's so weird because, I would never consider myself an Austin comic. However, people would refer to me as that.
Well, because you were an Austin resident before you started
Right.
comedy, right?
Yeah, for over a decade, so.
Yeah, because a lot of people moved there,
Oh, I know. Fuck, I know.
We have a lot of people from San Antonio that moved out there to Austin
Why?
because they hate San Antonio.
I don't know. I grew up in Port Arthur, Texas. So
Where is that exactly?
That's on it's the armpit of Texas.
Armpit of Texas. Oh, now I know exactly where it's
right.
at. Okay.
So you're 30 miles from the Louisiana border.
Okay.
I literally grew up at the Gulf of Mexico. The seawall. We used to walk on the seawall at the edge of the fucking ocean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it wasn't like a dream come true and shit. It's real polluted. It's dirty. It smells. There's nothing to do,
It sounds nice. The pictures are nice.
Right. No, the
Yeah.
pictures are fucking awful too.
The postcards have to be nice. They have to edit that stuff.
They just had a chemical plant blow up about a month ago.
Oh, really?
I had to call and check on my son. Are you
Dang.
okay? It's literally less than a mile from their front door.
Dang.
That's how they be living.
That's horrible.
Isn't it? Ugh.
So, what is the Austin comedy scene like? I heard, because Kill 20 just came through San Antonio a couple of days ago.
Yes.
And there was a couple comics that got on there from Austin.
KK.
And Tony Hinchcliffe pretty much said that Austin is one of the top cities for comedy.
Man, I would have to agree, honestly.
Yeah.
Now, I've only been doing this 6 months, but I've been in the comedy, since I was a little girl, watching, Carol Burnett and skit comedy. We would, Richard Pryor, HBO specials before there was Netflix, kids. There was fucking HBO and Showtime. So anyway, Eddie Murphy, but Sam Kinison. I remember watching that shit thinking, oh my God, I would be a millionaire if I could scream into a microphone. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what he did. And then
Yeah.
like Gallagher smashed shit, but like everyone has their own way. But yeah, I've always wanted to do it, so I feel like I've been practicing my whole life. But Austin, back to Austin, man, it's really popping.
And there's a lot of places to go.
You've got at least 2-3 venues a night, every night of the week that are doing open mics.
That is very good.
Including, sketch comedy and improv. We've got Cold Town Theater, the Fallout Theater. I mean, shit, from Round Rock all the way down to South Austin.
Oh, so it's pretty spread out. It's not just all
yeah.
like downtown or the strip or whatever.
Oh no, man, they're everywhere. They're all over. There's great ones. There's one up in Round Rock, big shots, 10-minute sets. 10 minutes. Like, that's incredible.
10-minute sets for an open
10
mic?
minutes, yeah. Emmy's really super dope. We've worked together a couple times. He asked me to host once. So, and I like it. It's a good crowd, man. If you can command that crowd,
What's the
you're on
cutoff?
it.
Like, how many people do you have sign up for those?
I mean, it might have 10 or 12. You know what I mean? I don't know. I've never really seen him cap it. If people show up, we will go.
Wow, man.
Yeah, that's what's
See,
up.
that's so funny. I was thinking about that yesterday because most mics are like 4 minutes, 5 minutes,
If you're lucky.
3 minutes.
3 minutes, yeah.
Sometimes you'll get like a feature at the open mic.
Sure.
Or not a feature. What is it called? Showcase at an open mic. So you get like 8 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
But then like the last few shows that I've been a part of, like I've been doing 15 to 20 minutes, right?
Nice.
And so to go back to 4 minutes, it was rough. It was
Isn't it?
hard, man, because I had to adjust what my time was. Like I hit like a big laugh, and then I get the line. I was like, oh shit! Like how can I wrap this up in a fucking minute?
Right.
And I just spun out. I left the stage on a fucking lull, and I was like, it was feeling good for like 3 minutes, and then I had to get the fuck off. But 10 minutes, man, like that's pretty, like how, okay, be honest, like how good are the people that sign up to do the 10 minutes?
I mean, fuck. I'd say like 60% or like
60%. That's
yeah,
pretty good.
They're pretty dope, man. I mean, you've got people coming from all over, really. I mean, I had 3 guys. The last 3 nights I've seen men from Killeen. These guys are driving in from Killeen to hit Austin mics, and their stuff is popping out there too.
Yeah.
I haven't not been to Killeen, but I would love to go. Yeah, but anywhere, downtown, uptown. I just started hosting a new mic in like North Central at Nomad Bar. It goes down on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock. We sign up in person at 7:30, man. Because I didn't like when I started, everyone reorders their list. So I got to show up at 7:30, wait till fucking 9:45 to go on. I had to buy 4 beers I didn't plan on. It's just killing my budget. So I'm like, if you guys show up, ready to rip, all right, we're going to go.
Yeah.
You want stage time or not? Let's do it. Get up there.
There's a lot of politics up there, huh? Because there's so many people.
Oh, God.
There has to be a lot of politics going on.
So I started my own mic,
Yeah.
so I can just do what I want. But there are really, really great comics, and sometimes they just don't get on for whatever reason.
Yeah.
It's just like life, man. There's clicks everywhere you go. Get in where you fit in, right?
So we got into it a little bit, like the pre-interview type of thing. You kind of started comedy late,
Yes.
Like before you started comedy, who were some of your influences as far as like what you thought you were gonna sound like, write like, be like, kind of like match up with?
Right on.
And then why'd you kind of like start when you started?
Well, I mean, probably the biggest would be Chelsea Handler. I didn't know who she was. I was visiting my sister and, talking shit like usual. And she was like, bitch, you been watching Chelsea. And I was like, who the fuck is Chelsea? And she said, Chelsea Handler. And I was like, I don't, Chelsea lately. So I didn't have cable at the time, but I got it. I got it one day. And I started watching it. And I was like, oh, wow, this lady is just like me. Like, we could be twins. I really enjoy her. And so, yeah, I followed her over the years, bought a couple books. She signed one at Book People. She winked at me, sexy like. I was like, what room are you in? Anyway, I've seen her a couple times at Bass. But that's my style, man. I look like Sarah Silverman. I get that a lot on stage, man. In different states, too. I don't fucking get it because she's a tall Jew, and I'm a tiny Mexican, so I just don't see the resemblance. Do you think I look like Sarah Silverman?
It's the figure. You get like a slim figure, like
yeah, but
that
she's
she does.
way taller than me.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't say it.
I guess, yeah. I appreciate that. Thanks. I don't mean to take it out on you.
It's all right.
Shit. But yeah, I think Yeah, Chelsea. I mean, I really like Fortune Feimster, like Natasha Leggero. What's this new lady? I was gonna say that new bitch. She's got blonde hair. Eliza something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I can't say her
She's
name.
got like
Yeah.
3 Netflix specials.
Yeah.
She was fun. I
So-
like Wanda Sykes.
When did you start? Like, what made you actually sign up and start?
I guess I have to say the opportunity. Typically, I don't have the opportunity. I became a mom early. I'm a mom, man. I had a baby when I was 18. I never had that fucking, woo, I'm graduated. I'm a fuck off for 6 months, live on mom and dad's dime kind of shit, know? So I kind of took off when I was 17, and I've been on my own since then, raising kids, raising babies, like Loretta Lynn. Thank God I didn't have as many as her. But yeah, so it started early. I met his dad at 16, pregnant at 17, had a baby at 18. So parents weren't super thrilled, so we were raised Catholic and whatnot. My dad cried for like 3 days because apparently he thought I was a lesbian.
So was it tears of joy?
Yeah, I don't know. We fucking still don't know to this day. I was like, what the fuck's the deal, Butch? Really?
Yeah.
Like all he wanted was a little boy, a boy, and he had 3 shitty girls.
Yeah. Oh, so you're 3.
Yeah,
Were you the oldest?
No, I'm the middle child. Can you tell?
First one to get pregnant?
Yeah, first one. Yeah, only one to not get married. And because of that, I'm the black sheep. They're like, we just really want you to be stable. We really want you to be happy. And I was like, I am happy. Look at me. I'm fucking happy.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of, leave me alone. Ugh, God. But I've never done things the way they want to, ask questions about religion way early on. And Maria was like, you are blasphemous. You do not talk. I was like, what does that mean? I'm 6. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
So I'm a recovering Catholic, I'm like almost fully recovered. So all that guilt and shame I just shook off a long time ago.
Were you ever into it? Ever into the church or the
yeah,
religion,
man.
I guess?
Yeah. I mean, I have a very strong connection with him up there. Like, I'm divinely connected for show. But I was like, I don't understand. I grew up at Catholic school. So right away they teach you to develop a relationship with God. Talk to God. Ask him, pray at night, give thanks for your food. And then, you're 7, First Communion comes around, you get the fucking dress and the shoes, and you get to fucking learn how to hold your hands. And I thought, well, why? I remember them passing out a checklist of sins. It had little boxes and said, okay, go ahead and check off every sin that I thought, this is fuck
That's
shit.
so weird.
It was so surreal. I mean, I was maybe 7 years old, and I thought, why? And now I have to go in that room with a strange man, and he's going to sit behind a screen while I do it and confess all my, that's humiliating.
I
don't
always made
fucking
shit
want
up.
to.
I never was honest. I mean, I was like, oh yeah, I lied to my mom,
yeah.
I cussed in front of my dad or
Yeah.
something. But I always made shit up. I was raised Catholic too. I was real hardcore into it. I was an altar boy for a while. Went to
That's
private
what's
school.
up. They wouldn't let me be an altar boy. My mom wouldn't let me
Yeah.
because I was a girl.
Your mom wouldn't let you. Yeah.
Yeah, well, she was the parish secretary for 25 years. So, yeah, I mean, stand, sit, kneel, pray. We're in the same pew every Saturday. If you didn't go, you were grounded. We did CCD. We did the mariachis. We did folklorico dancing. I mean, so by 16, I was like, I'm just going to play softball for the rest of my life so I never have to do fucking altar society again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, I mean, I love God. I'm good with God. That's my homeboy. He knows what's up.
Just not the whole Catholic Church.
I'm just not. Yeah.
The whole strict of that.
Yeah, just the organized religion. I just feel like it's a lot of propaganda.
Yeah.
But hey, to each his own, right? I just feel like every war was started in the name of religion.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, we all cannot be right, but we all can't be wrong.
Yeah.
So why can't we just get along?
So what was it like when you first started comedy? Like how were you rough? I mean, I guess you kind of like you're still early into it and stuff.
Yeah.
But what do you do now today that you don't do when you first started?
So now today, I just, I take a deep breath before I go out there. I was really aggressive, man. I watched my first set. A friend recorded, and it was super aggressive. And I remember my first time up at Spokesman, there on St. Elmo in Austin, I talked shit to like major fucking people in the business. Like
You were calling people out?
Yeah, I mean, well, just like there was this one kid had an answer for everything. Then I get up there, I go last, right? Last People are still there, like half the crowd, a good crowd. But I was like, really? Nobody has shit for me? Talkie through all that set? You ain't got nothing for me? And then this other gentleman is a handsome Asian man. I was like, what about you, Long Duck Dong? What you doing after this? Because I couldn't get laid. I was sexually frustrated on top of that. I was like, come on, you want to go to AAA? Let's get some pho. I'm buying. And I had no idea, like, both of these people were, like, major fucking comics. So I kind of look back on those days, and I'm like, holy shit, I had no idea that they were who they were. And I actually went to buy one of his shows at the Fallout Theater, and he DM'd me the next day and was like, thank you for coming to my show. And I was like, oh, my God. Thank you, Ty, because you are amazing.
Okay. You know you just said his name, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I just wanted to give him a little plug.
No, I did a show with him. I forget where, but he was funny, man. He's a really funny dude.
Like when I every time I read his words, I hear his voice. But I did it way better like 2 days ago. Never mind.
And I always thought Austin was like a PC place.
No, I'm just like.
And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I mean, I know like a lot of people get issues with like the imitations or the mocking.
I get you. They do have issues, and I'm pretty. Don't take yourself too seriously, man. I mean, but I do. I am like, I'm a product of my environment. That's what my dad would say. I grew up in a racist town with racist people and a racist family. Yeah. But I mean, I challenged that too. I thought, well, why can't I marry a black man? And my dad was like, we don't do that. But why? Because they have, like our neighbors, for instance, they had a nicer house, a bigger car. They own their own businesses. They had more money. So how the fuck is that not appropriate, Dad? You know what I mean? Like, I just didn't get it. But anyway, fuck that. I mean, I got married once. It didn't stick. Yeah. Yeah, the coolest thing about it was we went to Loretta Lynn's ranch after for a little concert, and she gave me a shout out on stage.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, she's my idol. We have the same birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, anyway, moving on. Austin comedy. The scene is great.
Yeah.
San Antonio comics. We'd love to see more of you.
I don't know if that's true.
No?
I think a lot of people would like to keep. I think it's pretty
local.
busy. I think it's pretty busy up there. I don't know. I've never attempted to go up there. I mean, I tried to sign up for Cap City, didn't get in, but I don't know. Maybe try to make it up there sometime this year.
Well, I mean, there's other mics. Yeah, I've never actually done Cap City. I told myself I'd wait at least 6 months before I go Cap or Velveeta Room, and on a whim, it was a Friday night, and we went to this Backyard Sluts thing, had a couple beers, and then a friend wanted to go to Velve. They had 2 spots for open micers, so I dropped my name in. First one up, first one they call.
Yeah.
I thought, no way, I bombed super hard. It was awesome. Pat Dean and some other dick roasted me. For like 3 minutes, I did 3 minutes. They roasted for 3 minutes, but I have all 6 minutes, and I uploaded it to Facebook before anyone else could. I mean, because the look on everyone's face when they called my name. I mean, you got 30 real comics there. You know what I mean? Like, stellar fucking people. I mean, their comedy's all right too, but just the look on their faces was worth it, because I thought, man, I was high for 3 fucking days after that. Yeah. Because if nothing else, I stood on stage in 6th Street, in Austin, Texas. And, that's what it's about for me, I guess. Just getting out there and doing your thing. If people agree or not, that's up to them,
Yeah. How often are you getting up?
2 to 3 times a week, man. At one time, it was 4 to 5, but I had someone say, "Man, don't kill yourself." Like running from mic to mic to mic. He said, "If anything, host your own." So I took his advice, and I started hosting my own just a couple weeks ago. So I had a good turnout last couple weeks. I hope to keep it going, man. It's a really dope setup. I've got a huge stage and couches and shit, and tables, so it's almost like skit comedy, ready, so to speak. They have an in-house PA, and the regulars there are pretty dope. They haven't run us off yet. Yeah. And we're just having a good time, and some really great comics. I'm having fun and meeting new people. Hope to collaborate with a lot of them soon on a couple different things.
Is it very cliquey? Is it anything like that?
No, man, I don't do the clicks, man. I don't do that shit. No. Oh, is it clicky? No, we're not clicky. We're just cool.
No, like Austin in general.
Oh, yes, Austin is very clicky.
Yeah.
I had a lot of love the first month. And then once I kind of got up there and I did better and better, people just kind of fell off and were like, no, fuck her.
because of the content or the comedy, or
I don't know.
well, what do you think? I mean, has anybody told you?
No, no one's fucking told me. They're
Yeah.
all scared. Like either they talk to you or they don't. You know what I mean? Or they talk to you in front of other people, you know what I mean? Like they're like, "Oh, I'm going to talk to you today because I'm here with 5 other headlining comics and, I need to keep up my appearance, reputation kind of thing. Like you're a nice person." I mean, but most of them are pretty fucking nice for the most part. I haven't had any run-ins with anyone. I haven't been banned from any stages yet. But there's hope. There's hope. So I'm kind of more
Is there
edgy.
a possibility of you being banned at some of these places?
No,
Like, is that what your
man.
comedy is about?
No, not at all.
I've only seen a couple of clips. I was just like, you get out there, man. Like, you're pretty out there.
Yeah, I'm pretty out there. As far as it goes from when you see a female on stage of my stature in this appearance, you may not be ready to hear the words that come out of my mouth, and I just like to provoke critical thought.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's my goal. If you were like, what the fuck was her problem?
Mm-hmm.
Why is she so angry? I want you to fucking go home and think about it. And then I want you to be grateful for everything that's gone good and right in your life and all the love and support you have. And I'm not fucking kidding either. I look around and I see a bunch of little sniveling fucking assholes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the entitlement is just, I didn't grow up with social media. And thank fucking God.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wish that on any kids nowadays, to be bullied on 17 platforms before you walk out the door for school
Yeah.
and deal with that fuck shit. People are so mean because shitty people, raise shitty kids.
Yeah.
I mean, home training.
And plus, it's just
guys.
it's so much easier to talk shit on the internet.
Exactly, you little fucking pussies.
No
Man.
consequences.
See, that's not how we get down. That's not how I grew up, sir.
Yeah.
I came from, and again, from my appearance, you wouldn't think it, but I mean, fuck. We used to run. I've been running wild since I was probably 12, 13 years old.
Yeah.
Little to no parental supervision. We just kind of did what we want. Turn the ringers off on the phone. But the kids don't know nothing about that either because they don't have landlines. Everybody's a fucking cell phone. I didn't have a cell phone until I was 25, and my dad made me get one. And I was like, fuck.
Just because he could keep tabs on you?
Yeah, keep tabs on his electronic leash there.
Yeah.
I don't like to be at anyone's beck and call. You know what I mean? I don't want to be reachable. Sometimes I leave my phone at home on purpose.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. It's like a surprise when you get back,
Where did you get that from? Like, where did you get that mentality? Like, a lot of people are addicted to their phones. They can't be away from their phones for too long.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Like, I am, I have that problem as well.
No.
What made that your thing?
It's it's just the way I am,
Well, why? I mean, how?
What do you mean? I was born that way? I mean, I'm not really, because I'm not really into, I don't give a fuck, really.
Yeah.
I care about what I care about and what's important to me. And what's important to me is, staying true to me and being the kind of person, living the kind of life I want to lead and not hurting anyone in the meantime. You know what I mean? So I stay out of my way. I don't know. People are just obsessed with this. Well, like you said earlier,
Yeah.
they're giving it way too much power. Who fucking cares what level you are in Clash of Clans or that other? I hate those games. My nephew plays at the table, and I just want to knock it out of his freaking hand.
Yeah.
It's like, talk to me, look at me, look at me.
But you don't have that. You don't have that. What is it? That FOMO, that fear of missing out, or not only that, but like you don't get anxiety if you can't reach somebody.
Fuck no.
Your kids.
Okay, so no.
If your kids didn't answer your calls.
If they didn't answer my calls.
Yeah.
What? He doesn't answer my calls. He barely talks to me. He's barely on Facebook Messenger. Okay, he's 21 now. He's too fucking cool for school. Who the fuck wants to hang out with their mom? I'm way
Not to
cooler
hang
than
out,
Maria.
but just to make sure that you check in on him.
I mean, like, I check in on him, and he'll, like, hit me back when he does. Sometimes it's right away. Sometimes it's a few days later. But he didn't have the best example. Like, growing up with me, I wasn't super tight with Maria,
Yeah.
We didn't check in all the time. Like,
Super tight with Maria. Who's that? Your mom?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think so. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen pictures.
Well, no, because that's the second time I heard you said that. I was like, I didn't know if you meant like Maria, like the Holy Mother.
Oh, no. That'd be blasphemous. But I think that's why I say it, too. So just to, why not? Just a little, yeah.
Yeah.
edge. But yeah, that's who I am. I'm not hurting anyone. I'm not hurting anyone.
Not that you're hurting anyone, but it's just like that's like the norm of it, you know? Like to stay in contact, always be in constant contact. I mean, it's great. I mean, like for you to have that, like not have a problem with it, I think that's healthy. But at the same time, I just want to know, like, where did that come from?
Where did it
How
come
did you
from?
get there?
I don't know, man. I think it's just I'm bored. I don't know. I'm kind of a weirdo.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm older. I'm a wise soul, I guess, so to speak. I don't have the need or want to.
I guess it's that small town thing too. Like y'all really don't like being in a big city is kind of different too than like how you grew up. I guess.
I mean, I don't. I mean, well, I've been here since I was 26, but I've been coming since I was 14. My brother-in-law did music, so we'd come to South by every year and watch him play. I mean, there wasn't shit to do there, you know, and where we live. You know, you go to work, you make money, or you work in their oil refinery, and if you don't do that, you just do drugs. You know, everyone said you're going to be dead or in jail by the time you're 18, and
you got pregnant.
And yeah, I got pregnant, man. It saved my life, honestly. I mean, he did. He saved my fucking life. Or I never thought I'd live past 25. You know.
Yeah.
We did all kinds of fuck shit. I mean, like we would drive down to Mexico on the weekends, our friends, not me, I never went. I was smarter than that. But they would cross the border and bring back all sorts of things, you know?
Yeah.
Like shit that we were not supposed to be doing. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, running wild for a long time. So he saved my life. That started being a mom, you know? So I was responsible for all sorts of stuff. Another human life. And that's kind of a lot. You know, at 18, these kids nowadays, fuck, man, they're 24 and they can't balance a checkbook. You know, parents are still paying your rent, and then you graduate from college, and you're expecting like 60,000 like out the gate, and when it just doesn't happen, then what? You know, it's like, oh God, now you have the student loan debt, blah blah. I'm like, God, what a fucking scam! I remember the day that asshole came, senior year. Everyone needs to do this. Everyone's gonna get a degree. The man that was peddling degrees, he was telling everyone that they have to sign up for college and get an education because you need something to set you apart in the world.
Yeah.
You are going to have to sell yourself. And I thought, yeah, for sure. And I said, sir, I raised my hand. And he's like, yes, ma'am. I said, so if we all go out, like every single person you talk to today, you're here all day, right? Mm-hmm. We're all going to go out and get a degree. What the fuck is going to set us apart from each other? And then he asked me to leave the classroom. Politely. Like, you are fucking it up for me, bitch. Get out. So now, like, look at these kids that are fucking drowning in debt. Yeah. This is crazy. This is America. And this is what we were doing to the kids that just want an education, you know? I don't know. I think you can learn a lot just by life experience. And yeah, that's what I've done. It's worked pretty well for me. You know, education, so what? You can sit in the fucking desk and you can cheat on tests for 4 years consistently. Way to go. You deserve that fucking debt, idiot.
So this is kind of how you're like on stage, huh?
This is exactly how I'm like in all the time real life, but I'm not always the bitch.
How does the audience react to that? How's that going for you?
Man, I think they either love it or hate it.
Yeah.
There's one time I drove all the penis out in the room, but it's because I was doing my
You drove all the penis
with
out
my
of the room.
soft dick jokes. You know, if you start talking about limp dicks, they nut up. You know what I mean? Not in a good way, though. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I don't know. I think I've been pretty well received. Yeah. All things considered, you know. I mean, I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but like I said, there's the door. You don't have to listen. You know, this is my 3 minutes. If I want to get up there and fucking ballerina spin, I will. You know? Yeah. Like there was a guy, I hit a mic last week and I was like, oh, they have music sound effects. Cool. But then he was not very cool with it. You know, we each have 3 minutes and he's playing into the first 10, 15, 20 seconds of their set just over them. And I thought, well, I don't, in like, you know what I mean? And
like sound effects to distract them or try to be a part of the show as well?
Well, just kind of just to be a fucking wanker, you know, because that's how clicky it is sometimes, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's allowed. And I thought, you couldn't do this anywhere else. What is going on? So, but I was only up maybe 5 seconds and then he tried to keep going and I called him out and he stopped. He politely stopped. So thank you. You know who you are. But that's fucked, man. Just let those people get up and talk. Like fucking play that shit at home in your room when mom's in bed. You know what I'm saying? Play it as loud as you want. Put headphones on. Yeah. And then we'll make a jingle together. Call me.
They did that once here with that sound effects, like they kind of like Bluetooth into like the PA or whatever. And for this one guy, they kept doing like the wah 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 or the
Yeah.
if something didn't hit. Guy fucking like lost his shit,
Oh shit.
and he said I wasn't there, thank God. He said some shit, kind of made some threats, and just walked out into the parking lot.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, you can't do that with certain people because some people they can't take jokes.
They can't.
Some of these comics don't know how to take a joke.
Wow, isn't that the truth though? Wow, Patrick.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that. Yeah, man, they do. They take it really seriously, but and that's crazy to me because I feel like we should all take ourselves a little less seriously. We're all way more alike than we are different.
Yeah.
We all, have the same struggles, the same insecurities, the same hang-ups. Fuck, man, the same wants, the same needs.
Yeah.
Like we're not that different, you motherfuckers. You know what I mean? We all pee and poop out the same holes, bitches.
Yeah, I mean, we have the same basic, built, but we're all different.
We're all different and unique because God made us all special in His creation. So if we are
I don't know why it is
perfect
when you talk about God,
in
I'm
His
thinking like,
image-
oh, I don't take you seriously. I'm like, oh, she's
why
crazy.
are you not taking me serious? I know everyone
because
takes
you just
me-
got off of this like, fuck everybody, you're all fucking idiots.
I know,
and
right?
Now when
and
God
now we're gonna do
says,
this. I know it sounds crazy, but you know what? I think that's what the world needs. But I really am no, I'm not crazy. I think I'm crazy normal. I'm crazy fucking normal. I realize I sound crazy. I'm just trying to help you, motherfuckers. It's like I tell my sisters, fucking hater sisters too. I'm like, listen to me.
hater sisters?
Yeah, I call them because they are always so mean sometimes.
Why?
Why?
Why do you think they're mean?
Why? They just want to. It's always just the criticism. Like you want to know why I'm like this? I grew up without a mother's love. Okay, there was just constant criticism, right? Constant criticism. I never did anything right. I never got applauded. I never got way to go. Good job.
Yeah.
You look nice today. Nothing like that, man. I remember, fuck, dude. I remember 14, sitting at the table, and my mom looking at me from across the table, and she'd lean in, and she was like, oh, wow, your face, wow. And she'd lean closer, and I was like, oh, my God, she's going to say something nice. And my sister was like, oh, my God, she's going to say something nice, And she's like, your face looks so awful. I mean, are you washing it?
Wow.
And I was like, so that's the kind of love that we were shown. So, when I come at people, it's very hard and direct. It's a lot of brutal honesty.
Yeah.
I don't sugarcoat because why waste your time? I don't want to waste your time or mine. But if you really know me, we've been friends for more than 30 seconds, then you'll know not to, don't ask me anything you don't want the truth
Yeah.
to. You know what I mean? Like, ask Sheila, you know what I mean? Like, because I'll just shoot you straight. It may not be what you want to hear. Remember, we had that conversation last night, and you were like, that's my bodyguard, yeah? And he was like, oh, well, you sure are quick to... Yep, sure was. Tell you how the cow ate the cabbage. No. Because my dad told me this, I was like, 17, 18. He said, babe, we all put our pants on the same way. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? He's always speaking in riddles. What the fuck? And I thought, what? And he was like, one leg at a time. Nobody's better than anybody else. Mm-hmm. And that's all I'm saying, I guess. I mean, we all have different wants and needs, but no one's really better. We're all still pretty much the same.
But like that straightforward type of like blunt, mean, maybe not mean, just rough.
Yeah, it's aggressive. I like
aggressive.
Yeah, it's aggressive. I don't think I'm mean. My family says I'm mean and hateful, but they also think I'm crazy because I'll go from one end to the other. Mm-hmm. But I just want to show people that it's possible.
One into the other as far as?
From one extreme to the other.
Oh, okay.
Like when you're like, fuck, and God says.
Yeah.
But that's like, I think that's part of my comedy. You know what I mean?
But you could understand how that's unsettling to the...
No, I can't. That's the fucking point. I can't. I was riding with a new friend the other day to work, and I decided to ask a stranger. I'd worked with her for like a week, and I was like, how crazy do you think I am?
Yeah.
And I'm driving down Lamar. It's a Friday. We have to fucking work downtown, and traffic is like, Anyway, she doesn't answer. Mm. And so I ask again. She doesn't answer. At this point, it's been like 33 seconds.
It's driving you crazy.
And I'm like, fuck, man, do I sound that crazy? But thank you, Andy, for not answering, because I was like, damn, I just had to check myself. I was like, no wonder people look at me and go, what the fuck? But you know what? It's all happening in real time and happening so fast that I really don't think about shit like that till after the fact. It might be 3 weeks later, and I'll think, oh man, no wonder that asshole looked at me like that, you know?
Yeah.
But then by that time, who
It's
cares?
it's
Who
too
fucking
late.
cares, man? I'm here to live life in the moment. This isn't a dress rehearsal, kids. Fucking wake up. Do something.
So you're just always angry on stage in real person.
I
like
mean,
that's just
yeah, that's just how I am. Just I don't think I'm angry.
And is that how you write? Is that like how you write comedy? Is that like
yeah.
do you sit down and write just angry thoughts?
Angry thoughts? I mean, no, not all angry thoughts. I mean, I have some nice thoughts.
Yeah.
I mean, I think all of my thoughts are nice. This is what I call self-love. It's just expression, man. It's a form of expression. So,
And how do you write? Is it pen to paper? Do you just do ideas? Do you just write on stage? Like, how do you go about doing it?
all of the above. I'm still kind of figuring that out. I had I had a good friend take me aside, and he said, "Play on your emotion." He's like, "Your emotion is what's selling it. Your emotion. When you talk about Maria, like I want to know more." And so I thought, man, thanks. So he kind of helped me develop a formula, but most of the time, quite honestly, I just kind of go off the cuff. It depends on what the setting is, what bar we're in, who the fuck's in the crowd, and what the last comedian said. What can I play off of? But I like to just kind of rip, man, because sometimes comedians maybe borrow jokes or whatnot. I don't know. I'm not sure what comedian etiquette is, but I've heard some. I'm like, that sounds like my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you think people are taking or?
I don't know. No, that sounds really arrogant too, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you record everything? You record all your sets?
No, I never remember to. I have friends that record them. They fucking record them. I don't record them. Jeff has been really good at it, but I've got like probably a dozen sets recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I can play back, but I hate the sound of my voice. I don't know how I'm going to ever listen to this.
Well, how do you build a set though? Like, say you had to do more time, you had to build more time, for shows.
Right on.
Like, how do you think you would go about doing that? Or you would do like if somebody gave you 15, 20 minutes, that will all be off the cuff stuff, just how you feel in that moment.
Man, I did do. It was like a couple weeks ago. I had a 20-minute spot, and it was so cold. It was so cold I couldn't think straight, man. And I did. I fucking built this a solid 20 because I mean, even like a month in, I guess, yeah. I had about 18 minutes, so I was just trying to push it to 20, and I was on a bill with all these pretty dope comedians, like touring comics. So anyway, I kind of just combine all my sets. I keep memos of everything in bullets, so I go back and kind of assemble what worked, what didn't, what do I want to change up, what do I want to use here, and just kind of build it out. Now, I don't look at that before I go on. You know what I mean? I don't put, you know what I mean? I look at it, but I don't look at it.
You don't make like a set list or anything for that?
No, I just kind of like
you keep it raw.
I keep it raw. Like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It needs to be raw. I feel like in today's day and age, people are loved for being fake. And people are hated for being real, and it just so happens that I'm the latter. And but that's all right, man. I'm gonna take a bullet. I'm gonna jump on the grenade for y'all. All right, it's not a problem. I mean, I know my role. There's 3 rules to life. These are my rules. 1, know your role, so you know where to stand. You know what I'm saying? Stand up, stand down. 2, stay in your lane. If it does not concern you, don't come the fuck over here. Okay. And 3, be good. Or be good at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm the latter. So, yeah. So I get away with a lot on stage that other people can't. Males and females of all races tell me, like, man, we cannot fucking do that. We cannot. And I'm like, I don't know. It just works. So people love me because they're like, fuck, she pulled it off. Or people hate me because they're like, fuck, she pulled it off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm not going to take any prisoners. It's way more fun this way. But I love to hear other people's accounts of me because their version, is probably so much better than how
the
how
outside
I really am.
Perspective, you mean?
Yeah. What's your perspective of me, Patrick?
I mean, I would just sit down. I'm just going back and forth with you right now. And the videos that you sent, I mean, they were kind of couldn't really understand them. I could read your body language and stuff, but so you're just very expressive. So yeah, but no, I mean. It's interesting.
Do you think I need voice lessons?
Voice lessons?
Yeah.
As far as like for singing?
No, for like just to control my tone. So it would help with like, hearing me, because it is hard to understand. If I didn't know
I mean,
said,
I could
won't know.
understand you, but like you said, from one element, from one extreme to the next, you'd be like, and you'd be like, Jesus.
It's like a female Sam Kinison. I'm bringing him back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shave the front part of my head. Do you think that would work if I shave the fucking front part like a mullet in the back?
I don't think people would get it.
They wouldn't.
I don't
No
think
one
they would get
knows.
it.
No one has any taste anymore.
No.
Right now, there's someone on 6th Street walking around with that fucking exact same haircut.
Did you do anything on stage before comedy? Like, were you in like band or theater or anything like that?
No. I played the saxophone in 6th grade, but I had asthma. I had an asthma attack, and so they made me stop.
Yeah.
No, I've never
So
been
it was
on
nothing
stage.
like, it's not like you used to be on stage and then like when you had the time available, you're like, I want to get back
Nope.
in comedy or with comedy or nothing like that.
No, nothing like that, man. I played softball growing up. We were, ball players and shit. So, no, I like attention, but I want it on my own terms,
Yeah.
When I walk in a room, I fucking hate it when people stare at you or they fucking gawk. I'm like, God, rude, but at the same time, I love it when I walk in a room and people stare at me.
Yeah.
So,
like you want both
I want
on your terms when you're ready.
I'm incredibly difficult to
That
know.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes
Are
sense.
you toying with me now, sir?
No, not at all.
Okay, just checking. Yeah, some people get way up in arms for nothing.
Yeah.
Like I tell people, hey, if I say anything on stage that offends you, please do see me after my set.
Now, are you saying that as like a sincere, like you want to know, or are you saying that like I'm going to kick your fucking ass?
I'm saying it like, well, I pause, and then after you stop, I would say, because I haven't cussed anyone today, okay?
Yeah.
So, yeah, stop by. Let's talk about it. I can curse you because I have not cussed anyone yet today. I mean, not that I aim to do that, but I'm saying no one is above a cussing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are pushovers in the world. I've seen plenty, man. People that do have education, that do have the credentials, that do have merit, and they just kind of just eat shit at work or at home or with their kids or with their wife and it just sucks, man. Stand up for yourself. Have some dignity, some self-respect. Like, I'm not trying to put anyone else down, but at the same time, I'm going to stand my ground. What's a Tom Petty song? Come on. No, I won't back down.
Won't back down. I think that's all. That's all I remember from it.
Yeah, he said, you can stand me up at the gates of hell, and I won't back down. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, he says it over and over and over because he's a stoner, but and may he rest in peace. But kind of like that,
But that whole mindset, that whole attitude that you have, it's been since day one.
Yeah, since I was born.
See, and I don't get that. Like, I always think there has to be like something that had to happen to say, like, to wake you up and go, like, you know what, this is how it's gonna be from this day on.
Oh, no.
But you were just born into it.
No, I'm working on a slideshow to do comedy, and I have my fucking baby pictures, right? It's like people are like,
A
damn.
slideshow? Like, you're gonna do like a one-person show?
Yeah, well, I mean, why not?
No, it was a question.
I would like to. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yeah.
We'll talk about that. Like, what's the plan with that?
Fuck. Just kind of
Like
chronicles.
throughout your life?
Yeah, it
Oh,
kind of
okay.
chronicles my life. It may, if I show you guys pictures, they may help you to kind of, paint the picture because you'll be looking at it, dummies, and kind of explain like almost a Q&A. But I've always been like this.
I heard that's a thing.
Very
Like,
sassy.
people do a lot of like picture shows with their comedy. Is that a thing, or did I just?
I don't know. I've only seen one other major comic do it, but I'm sure like 15 are doing them right now somewhere.
I thought it was like an Austin thing. I don't know, like a multimedia type of.
Fuck, is it? You guys?
I don't know.
Are you
I
guys
don't know.
using projectors out there? Anyone?
So
Let
you
me
just
know.
gotta go through your life and just do a comedy show based on that.
Yeah, because you know what? There's fucking comedy and tragedy. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That's what Shakespeare said. And that man wasn't wrong, I don't think. I mean, some people like it, some people don't, but it's a different style. I'm more of a storyteller. You know what I mean? That was a nightmare. 3 minutes when you start. Fuck, it takes me 3 minutes to line a joke up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then I write jokes backwards, or so I've been told. I'm going to give you the punchline first, and then, you know what I mean? So, like, I start at the top, and then we slide downhill.
You do that on stage, or that's how you write, like on pen and
That's
paper?
how I write. I'll give you the
Oh, okay.
punchline first and then kind of give you the scenario behind it. And I guess a lot of people do it the other way around. Maybe the punchline comes last. Is that how that works? Whatever.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I do short little bits, and then I just try to expand it out, all that stuff.
Words.
So if you weren't doing comedy, hypothetically, what would you be doing? What would you be focusing your time on?
Oh God. I don't know. I mean, fucking nothing. I don't even know. You know, like I mean, I guess I'd have a full-time job. I'd work. You know, like all the other Joes, an 8 to 5, 9 to 5. But I did that for 20 years, man. I did corporate. I started in legal. I went to medical. I did insurance. I did finance, auto finance. I mean, I've done it. I've seen it. I don't want to anymore. I'm not sitting in a cube. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm fucking done. I will run food. No, I won't. I will not run food. So I'm gonna do comedy, and that's all I really do right now, man. I've had the
You're
luxury
surviving on
of,
comedy?
Yeah, and just friends that are really cool, take care of me. You know what I mean? Kind of a kept woman. But I, you know, in the sense that, you know, some people have given me a place to crash. Some people make me meals. You know, that kind of shit. So
That's really good.
yeah, man. I mean, fuck. Like I told you, I'm good with God, P. See, I'm rewarded.
You're
See?
pretty lucky. I don't understand why you're so angry.
I'm not that. See, that's the whole thing. I'm not angry. I'm passionate.
Oh, passionate.
I'm passionate. I just want to share knowledge with people.
Yeah, and you want to make sure they get it, so you give them to them very aggressively.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe, I mean, I'll try to come down. I'll try. I mean, but I've always been super high strung and super anxious, you know.
Yeah.
It's just who I am. I'm passionate. I'll say it again.
Passionate.
I'm very
so nothing.
animated.
You couldn't think of like trying anything. Like, would you want to be a singer songwriter or like a cyclist or one of those, you know, Tour de France or whatever they call them?
Oh, the Tour de France? No way. My first wife would kill me. She hates those motherfuckers.
Your first wife?
Yeah, I have some. Well, you know, because so before love won, and you can marry the same sex. You know, when you connect with someone emotionally, you know what I mean? Not just intellectually, not just physically.
Yeah.
Okay, people.
No, you're just hitting me with all this stuff. You had a husband in India. You had a husband at 16. You have
those
a
are
first
just
wife.
those are the stupid Facebook people that call me. Like he calls me like he's my husband.
Okay. How many times have you been married? Like that you know of?
Once, only once. Married once, engaged 5 times.
Engaged 5 times.
Yeah.
How many of those were men? How many of those were females?
All of them were men. All of
You
them
just
were men.
did. You said first wife though, right?
Yeah, but she's my emotional wife. Like I would marry her if we could, but then we couldn't. Then she got involved with another person, so she's like seeing other people. So anyway, in my mind and in my heart, she's my first wife, and I just say that shit on stage because it just throws people off, you know.
For sure, it throws people off.
I mean, I have 4 wives.
4 wives.
Yeah.
Like a Mormon.
Basically, I'm down. Polygamy is in, man. It's hot right now.
Yeah.
Polyamory too, like all that stuff. I mean, I have the 2 gay husbands, but we're not close anymore. So, you know, they took care of me over the summer.
And there were gay husbands for what, insurance purposes, or just like play husbands?
They're just play husbands.
Oh,
Everything
okay.
is just
you
play.
just throw that out like, oh, I got a husband, I have a wife.
I know, but see that case in point. People just take that shit too seriously, guys.
Well, you want people to take you seriously, right?
Really?
I mean,
know.
It was a question.
Yes and no.
I hate
but
that.
that's what I love about me.
I hate that answer so much. Yes and no.
Okay.
You know?
I retract that statement.
Not just from you, but just anybody. Like when you ask them a question, like, well, yeah, you know, like yes and no. I was like, no, it's yes or no.
I mean, there's no way I'm going to be able to logically explain how I feel, and you get it. You know, I'm not really good with articulating, but
No, I get that. I get that.
You know.
It's like it's a safe answer, like a throwaway answer, like yes or no, or it is what it is, you know.
Yeah,
I say it too, even though I hate it. I hate hearing it. I say it too. It's yes and no.
Yes and no. I mean,
it is what it is.
We're all just works in progress.
Isn't that funny though? Like the things that you hate, you still wind up using.
Exactly.
Like it is what it is. Yes and no.
That is true.
But I won't take that as an answer. I'm like, no, you give me a direct answer.
Exactly. You know exactly what I mean.
Yeah. Cool,
what
man.
else do you have? Okay, how long has this thing happened? I feel like we've been talking forever, but I'm having a great time.
No, we were just about to wrap up. Hopefully you could try to hit a mic while you're in town.
I hope so, too. I would like to go have a beer, something like that, yeah.
Replugs, any shows that you got going on, anything that you want to... Is there anything you want to talk about before we sign off?
No,
anything
man, just... I don't think so. I mean, thanks. You've been super cool. I know I seem super crazy, but...
No, this was cool. I had fun.
Yeah, I had fun too. Thanks for coming out, Van.
And I like this. I'll tell you this. I like how, like, because usually I have to go like, okay, we're in this section, and now we're talking about this section and all that stuff. But you
Right.
just went right into it, like the whole getting
I'm a
pregnant,
natural.
getting pregnant early. That's an X-Life thing. I mean, because now you're able to start comedy because you're not responsible for any kids. You still have children, right? But you
Right.
don't have any kids, no young kids.
Right. Well, I do have a young kid, actually. I'll throw that out there. Everyone's probably wondering about that. Hi, Allie. So, yeah, so my youngest is almost 4, right?
Oh.
Yeah, right. Knocked up at the bar, one too many shots of tequila, man. Fuck. Anyway, so didn't want, no blood on my hands. I am pro-choice for everyone, but I'm pro-life for myself. So I kept the baby. Turns out he's special needs.
Oh.
So I struggled the first 2.5 years, nonverbal, completely autistic. And it just times are tough, man. It's hard just being a single parent and trying to make it. Dad's not involved. Motherfucker tried to choke me out on the front porch, you know what I mean? There are protective orders in place. So I asked some to please use my stage name. Thank you, just as a courtesy.
Yeah.
So when people insist on using my real name, and it's just like, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's just so disrespectful in so many ways, but, hey, it's not that big a deal. I ain't scared of nobody, but I'm also going to tell everyone on the radio, too. But whatever. But, yeah, man, so he's little. He's in Houston right now. My sister is helping me out, which has allowed me to do this, which is really like my fucking dream, right? I'm living my dream. If I die tonight on the way home, I did everything exactly the way I wanted.
That's awesome, man.
Like Frank Sinatra, my way.
Did it my way.
Fuck yeah, that's all that matters. Stay true.
Well, good for you, man. So yeah, plugs, replugs, your shows, your mics, all that stuff.
All right, so you guys, Simply Courtney is going to do a birthday roast at Cold Town Theater on February 8th. I'm not sure if that's open to the public, but we should know soon. I will be at Knuckleheads, and that's up in Marble Falls in the Texas Hill Country on February 13th. And then a show in Austin, Texas, February 22nd, Sex, Lies, and Petty Shit, which is, that's my jam. And hey, if you guys want to come out to Nomad Bar, I host an open mic there on Tuesdays. It starts at 8 p.m. and that's in North Austin off Cameron Road. Anyway, well, it's been a pleasure, man. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So yeah, I'm hosting this week. I am hosting the La Lucha Mic at Luchador in San Antonio. Sign up online at laluchamic@gmail.com. And then on the 22nd, I will be at the Sin El Rey in McAllen. I'll be doing a feature set with Danny Engel. It's the next Wednesday on the 22nd. That should be a lot of fun. I haven't been down there before. I've seen I've heard a lot of cool things about that place. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Patrick C. Huerta. And also support the Blind Tiger Comedy Club. You can find out on Instagram, or follow them on Instagram at Blind Tiger Comedy.
Yes.
Lacey, thanks for doing this. A lot of fun. Man. Best of luck.
Yeah, thank
Maybe
you so
I'll come
much.
up to Austin. We'll do a couple shows.
Okay, cool.
Cool, man. Thanks for doing this.
For sure.
Laters.
Take care.